guys, welcome back to the channel. John here. It's time to start building our dreams. In my last video, we used the M12 fuel 2557-20 Milwaukee M12 fuel ratchet. And this thing is awesome. So go check out that video. It's already doing extremely well. If you're one of the guys that watch it, thanks for watching. If you would, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. This is like a part 2 to that, because we're going to go work on the Sequoia, and we're also playing with our Black Friday tools. You guys will probably recognize what this is. This is an impact wrench, okay? And this is a small 3/8 drive. This is model number 2554-20. It came as a part of that 5-piece kit that I used the other day. But let's take a look at this. So compared to my Ingersoll Rand, now this thing, not the same league, this is 250 foot-pounds with the Milwaukee. My Ingersoll Rand, this thing is a 600 foot-pounds. It is heavy, it's a 1/2-inch drive, and it's made by Ingersoll Rand. And this is this was one of their top of the line when it came out, and I needed this in order to work on the Sequoia, and I actually had to pull a crankshaft bolt out in order to change the timing belt. So we're not going to go that far today. I'm sure we'll have to do the timing belt in the future at some point in time on this channel. And we'll probably have to break this back out, or we'll use our DeWalt. Take a look at this. So if you look side by side, the Milwaukee is substantially shorter. You know, we'll move this box out of the way, move the ratchet out of the way, just so you guys can see. So from where the plug-in is comparable in height. I do have the thicker Redline 4.0 battery on here, which means you can set it up. From the side profile, significantly shorter, so that's great because it can fit into tight spaces. 250 foot-pounds of torque on this thing. It also has a little work light. The other thing is this has a smart technology. So if you look here on the top, you hit the button. Level 1, okay, level 1 will get you up to 1300 RPM. Level 2 will get you up to 1800 RPM. And level 3 will get you up to 2700 RPM. And that's pretty impressive. And once again, 250 foot-pounds of torque to break loose your fasteners, lug nuts, or whatever you're using. And that is incredible out of a 3/8 drive. So with that, you definitely want to have a good set of impact sockets. And we looked at the Husky impact sockets on the last one. Go watch that video. You guys can see everything that comes in the box. This 44-piece was an awesome steal of a deal. Retails 80 bucks. I paid 40 for it on Black Friday, and I just checked the website as of when this video was filmed on the 5th of December, and it was still in stock. You may be able to still order it. It's got a lifetime warranty on the tools, and that's another great deal. The last level here is an auto shut-off, and I'm curious to see how that works. So the auto shut-off, what I imagine is it puts the fastener on, and when it gets snug, it stops. Okay, so we'll test that out. So I don't know how many of you guys out there, so that's the impact driver. We talked about the ratchet before. So have you guys ever been sitting in that meeting where the boss is like, you're pitching a brief or something, and you're like, hey boss, we can go with option number 1, which is a ratchet. Everybody wants a ratchet. Let's make an electric ratchet. And then the second guy comes up and he says, hey boss, let's go with an impact driver. That's what everybody wants. And the boss looks at you and he's like, is there a hybrid option? And that's exactly what Milwaukee released. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the hybrid option. This is the M12 fuel 3/8 right angle impact wrench with the friction ring. And this is model number 2564-20. I cannot wait to test this thing, and we're going to go back to work on the Sequoia. I've seen some videos on this. This one again has a smart technology. It's fully charged, so level 1, that is going to get you up to 1550 RPM. Level 2 is going to get you up to 2300 RPM. Level 3 is even faster than the impact at 3000 RPM, and it's got just shy of this. This one puts out 250 foot-pounds of torque. This thing puts out 220, so you're only talking about 30 foot-pounds of torque difference. And it's got the auto control to snug up the bolt, and we'll check out how that works. Guys, stay tuned. If you would, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Make sure you ring the bell so you get the notifications anytime I publish a new video, and that way you'll be in the know and you'll get to see the video before anybody else does. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Thanks for all those likes. Thanks for all those comments. I write those back personally to you guys, If I don't get back to you, that's probably because I'm still doing some digging on some information. I'm not affiliated with Amazon, Home Depot, or any of the companies you see here. I'm a huge DeWalt fan, but Milwaukee is starting to win me over a little bit, especially when it comes to their mechanics tool line with the ratchet, the impact, and we're going to test out this new right angle driver. Stay tuned. Guys, this is a 2001 Toyota Sequoia, aka Old Faithful, 220,000 miles. Time to do the brakes on it. With that being said, most of you guys want to see the Milwaukee tools in action. That's what I aim to do. So we backed it up off the ramps. We're going to jack it up and we're going to put the front end on jack stands. We'll do the front and then we'll do the rear. All right guys, so we got the Sequoia up on the jack stands and then we did a little head-to-head comparison. I rigged up both the tools with 1/2-inch drive sockets and I really wanted to get a head-to-head. So that's the impact right angle driver. And I wanted to get a good comparison, but really those lug nuts were a lot tighter than the standard 80 foot-pounds that are supposed to be torqued to. They were cranking away and right angle driver gave it all that it could. The Milwaukee impact wrench, it actually did a really good job pulling off those lug nuts. They were really on there. So I know somebody used an air impact, but the little right angle driver with its 220 foot-pounds of torque, it just wasn't having it. So I also thought I was going to get a really good video of changing and bleeding the brakes. Absolutely no sound on here. The Toyota brakes are pretty easy. There's 2 pins. The pads pull straight out the front. You can compress the calipers. Now these are 4 piston brakes on a 2001 model, and it's pretty impressive. So you just bleed them, and it's a pretty easy process. This, I've got the little Mighty Vac hooked up, and I'm just putting a vacuum on there to suck all the air out of the lines. And then after we did those brakes, we took and it was time to put the wheels back on the front. So guys, we're time to put the wheel back on. These get torqued to 83 foot-pounds. Alright, I'm gonna go grab the torque wrench. Alright guys, so we get the torque wrench out here and these get torqued to 83 foot-pounds. We'll see how. Oh! Alright, so we may have overdone it with the Milwaukee. Alright, Milwaukee impact did a pretty good job right there. Now, they're probably over torqued, but I don't think it's going to be a case where the studs actually come off the wheel. So I'm pretty happy with that in all actuality. So we saw that the Milwaukee could get the torque to about the right level. This time we're going to use the right angle impact. See how close we get with that. So we're going to take the same setup, stick it on Milwaukee right angle impact, set it to snug, alright, so 3, and so pretty good control there. Alright, now we'll just run these down and And we're just bumping them right now. Alright, let's see how close we got to the torque wrench. To 83 foot-pounds. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. Oh, that one needs a little more love. That one needs some more love. That one's good. That one's pretty. Let's go back to the start. Good. 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 All right. So 83 foot-pounds. So that right angle driver did pretty good. Bump it a little bit longer. And so we'll let down the front and we'll start work on the back. All right, we're going to take off the back wheel now. We're going to try again to use our right angle impact. Nope. She just don't got it. Still don't have it. So let's try our fuel ratchet, or our fuel impact wrench. So clearly I had some audio issues on this video, but as you can see here, the Milwaukee fuel impact did a great job. Those lug nuts were really on there. So one thing I did get to do though is I used the right angle driver for the brakes, and you'll get to see some of that action here in a minute. I don't know. I may end up having to use a ratchet. I was thinking this would be perfect for brakes. Oh, it's on there. Alright. So that did it. Get our other guide pin here. Alright. Take your two guide bolts out. So I know the rotors are a little bit rusty here, but they were actually in pretty decent shape. The rust is just surface rust, not affecting the performance of the brake pads themselves. And I just swapped out the brake pads, and then when it was time to put the guide pins back in, I pulled out the right angle driver again. We're going to try our smart mode here, see how this thing does on smart mode. And it's supposed to go in. You guys can see. So smart mode just goes until the bolt feels tension, and then the tool stops. It does one or two hammers, and then it just stops, and that way you don't break a bolt. Another stool here. Try to make sure you guys can see. And turn that back to 2. Try it on 2, see if it works. You're going the right way. Yep, going the right way. Let's try 3. Okay, there's one. that don't want to work. That don't want to play nice at all. And that is really we're just going to try it direct load out the U-joint. Alright, that worked that time. Those are good and greased. So as you can see, sometimes you just have to play around with it. I ended up taking off the U-joint in order to remove those two bolts, which easily came off on the other side. And that happens. I do my own brakes, and I guarantee you that I torque those, and then corrosion and brake dust build up and everything else. You know, was I 100% satisfied with the tool? Not 100% satisfied. I think it's a good tool. I think it's got a lot of potential, but based on other videos I've seen, I think it's a bit overrated. Now, for what it does for a 12-volt system, it's pretty impressive. I will not lie. But I think it would be better suited for smaller vehicles such as maybe the Jeep. The Sequoia is a little bit heavier duty, but we'll continue to test these over time. Not completely dissatisfied, but not completely impressed on these two. Once again, you guys get to come along for the ride, watch me build my dreams, but the true purpose of this channel is to motivate, inspire, help, and inform you guys and show you that you can do the work yourself through having the right tool and the right skill set to get out there and start building your dreams.